Oh, high heels. You're pushing the boat out.
Well, I don't want Debbie Webster looking down her nose.
You look very fetching.
Thank you, Brian.
So long as I don't have to fetch an ambulance. Your ankle all right in them?
Yeah, it's right. It's rain now. No thanks to Glenda.
She didn't mean it.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure. And besides, as I'm not going to Canada now, she is surplus to requirements. Is that one?
Oh, really? Personally, I think she's been a very welcome addition to your team. Quiz nights wouldn't be the same.
A lot of punters would agree. And Sean's doing fewer shifts since his lad moved in. I think we'd regret it if we let her go.
Well, I wouldn't. But I will think on. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, hi.
Hey. Can I have a pint of zero, please? Keep the change.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me while I give your financial advisor a bell.
Well, there's gratitude for you.
Sorry. Your nephew's driving me up the wall.
Oh, yeah? How so?
He's been like a bear with a sore head all week. And I know he's had a few knockbacks recently, but don't excuse him being so mardy and negative.
It's a little harsh under the circumstances, don't you think?
What circumstances? There are loads of jobs out there for a bloke as qualified as Daniel.
Jobs? I'm talking about Sinead.
Sinead?
It's the anniversary of her death tomorrow. Did you not realise?
He could be over there now thinking all sorts. An imagination's a powerful thing.
Tell me about it.
Anything?
Nothing.
Well, maybe he needs a bit more time. Think about things.
I mean, surely he must realise that you wanting to go out there in person to set things straight must mean that there's nothing to hide.
It's Leo.
And?
He's convinced that we were on a date. He says the start date for his job's been pushed back a couple of months. He's going hiking in the Yukon. It's going to be off-grid, as he puts it.
Well, then tell him that you'll meet him before, or you'll go with him.
Well, there's no point. He wants to be alone for a bit, said he needs time to himself.
But...
Look, I know my son. Once he gets an idea in his head...
I'm sorry.
I just hate the thought of him being out there somewhere and thinking so badly of me.
And another thing, can you please stop leaving wet towels on the floor?
Oh, once?
Yeah, well, once is enough.
I never thought I'd miss living with my mum.
Still an option.
All right. Have a word, will you, before he actually combusts?
Aye, aye. What's up?
Nothing.
Only you have a way of saying nothing when in actual fact you mean everything. So, let me guess. The fragrant Miss Daisy. See what I did there?
Yeah, except a daisy doesn't have a smell. Apart from that.
OK, so you're in a strop because your girlfriend seemed a little bit insensitive.
A bit?
A bit insensitive over the fact that it's the anniversary of Sinead's death? I mean, how was she meant to show any sympathy when she didn't know anything about it?
I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to. She's my girlfriend, isn't she? I didn't want her to feel... I know. I should have spoken to her.
Well, lucky for you, I had a word, so the rest is up to you.
Whichever way I turn, I just feel guilty.
Listen, you know I've never been Daisy's biggest fan, but I'm sure she'll understand that a part of you is still grieving. Sinead was your wife. She's Betty's mum. Right, my work here is done. You and Daisy are good together. Don't mess this up.
What's done is done.
Is that it? Is that your pep talk? I've ruined the man's life.
Leo's young, and he'll be out there making a new life for himself.
Yeah, well, that says maybe, but I can't rest until I've made things right between us.
I'm not gonna get you.
Whiskey, thanks. Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. You know, I'd just been chatting with Leo's dad, and it sounds like he thinks the best thing is to give Leo space.
Yeah, well...
Keep the change. Yeah, seems to think if he doesn't give Leo any more reason to believe that there might be something going on between, you know...
Well, we never gave him reason in the first place.
Oh, as you know, people will misconstrue. I guess he thinks if he just keeps away, then at least...
Is that what he said? He's staying away?
Well, to be honest, his son's rejected him, and he's struggling. He just thinks it's best if there's no contact. With Leo or, with...
He blames me.
Well, we're all to blame. He just wants his son back.
I'll never forgive myself.
believe he spent all those years in prison for something he didn't do.
I don't know. It wouldn't happen nowadays, though. What with tracking and forensics.
Tracking? What, like CCTV?
No, his phone. The police be able to trace his last location.
Ah, so he couldn't corroborate his alibi. Amazing.
Same again.
No, thanks. Cheers.
Hi.
Hi.
Look,
Adam
said
told
that... You go.
Why didn't you tell me that it was the anniversary of Sinead's?
I didn't know how. And I didn't want you to feel pushed out, I suppose.
She's Bertie's mum.
Look, because of Bertie, Sinead's always going to be part of our lives. But I love you. And going forward, you're the one that I want to build a home with.
It's just, I want it to be our home. You know, a fresh start. And that flat, it's not our only option, is it? So what do you think?
I think, yeah. Let's do it.
And how lucky we are that we've got somewhere else we can move into.
I've always known I was pretty lucky.
Could he be any cuter?